There's 5 real reasons why people don't create online courses, and I'm going to explain to you why those are all wrong. The first one is they don't think they have any time. So the cool thing is you can record this once and you can sell it forever. That's the reason I called our company Make Once, because you can make something once and it can keep paying you over and over again for the work that you did one time. So it's why you have high leverage with an online course business. You actually have plenty of time. You just need to change the way you do the beginning and the end and the middle of your day. You just find the time to do it, but you have to actually want to do it. When I hear people say they don't have time, the big thing I question is do you really want to do it? Because we all have that same 24 hours in our day. It's just some people get to places that other people don't, and it has nothing to do with capability or anything other than just setting the time to do it, making sure that you want to do it and then doing it. But the beautiful thing is once you do this, you can sell it forever for the work you did one time. The next one is, well, I'm not an expert. How am I going to talk about this? I'm not an expert. You don't need to be an expert to create an online program that can be very successful. What you need is to just be a few steps ahead of the person that you're trying to help. Not miles ahead, just a few steps. If you know how to do something, like let's say that somebody doesn't know how to tie their shoe, but you do. Okay, you're not an expert at tying shoes, but you can get the shoe tied. You can be very helpful to the person that doesn't know how to tie their shoe. So it's not about being an expert, although that comes with the territory as you continue to do it. The big thing is have you gotten a few steps ahead of the people that you're trying to help? You know, the whole teach a man to fish, you know, as soon as you learn how to cast that fishing pole and reel it back in and set the hook and take the fish off, you know, you can turn around and teach that to someone else. Matter of fact, I've seen it many times down here at our dock. We live on a lake here, and down at the dock, you know, the grandkids, one of them will learn how to take a fish off the hook, and immediately when the other kid catches a fish, they go, I don't know how to get it off the hook. The other kid will go over there and teach them how to get it off the hook. They're not expert fishermen. They're not experts at getting the fish off the hook, but they can do it. And that's the big thing you need to keep in mind. So when you go to create a course, saying I'm not an expert is not good enough, okay? That's an excuse. The other thing is this. They say that most people never read another book after they graduate high school. Some people don't even read a book in high school, okay? But they said if you are out in the world today, right now, who you are, the age you are, if you were to grab a couple books, 5 books on how to grow cucumbers, and you watched a couple videos on how to grow cucumbers, and you actually tried to grow some cucumbers, you would be considered an expert amongst almost everybody on the planet about growing cucumbers. It doesn't take much to get to be that level where you can actually turn around and teach someone. You don't have to be an expert. You just gotta be a few steps ahead. The next thing is people like, well, I don't know what to teach. So a lot of times when you go to start an online course, you're wanting to do this because you do know what you want to teach. You do know a subject matter that you're pretty excited about typically. So when I hear that, I'm going, why are you doing this to begin with if you don't know what you want to teach? But assuming that you just look at the course space and you see that the online education e-learning space is going to be a $1 trillion industry by 2030, then you might go, wow, if I even just had a sliver of a percent of that pie, I could have a very profitable high income business that would be very minimal to run. And so you start looking into it, and then you go, well, I don't know what to teach. Well, the thing is you can just solve one small problem for someone and start there. Okay, people pay for clarity, not encyclopedias. Start with a small problem. How do you find that problem? Well, if you look around enough, if you're actually inquisitive and you're curious about this, you'll find answers laying everywhere. For instance, you're looking for patterns. Where do you see people asking the same questions all the time? If you go watch certain specific YouTube videos or frankly any social media content, you'll see down in the comments a recurring theme or a recurring pattern of questions being asked on that particular topic. You also have ChatGPT. You can go to that thing and you can say, hey, I'm really curious as to some small problems that still need to be solved. What are some problems out there, data backed, based off real research that people still want solved? Help me with this. So that's one other way. You can also go to Google Trends and you can just look around at different, areas and industries, usually health, wealth, and relationships, and you can start seeing patterns. Look at reviews of product. And then when you find something, you can actually go and say, hey, ChatGPT, what's going on here, who's the best at this, who's not, and you can find those things that need to be taught. The truth is nothing is perfect. So even if someone's taught something, and I've proven this many times, you can go to Amazon and look up the best books that have sold the most stuff, and you'll go to the reviews and you can look at the 1-star, 3-star, 5-star reviews, and you'll find a theme, you'll find a pattern of where people say, yeah, it was a great book, but it was missing X. That's where you can go fill this in. That's where you can go make the difference. The fourth thing people say is, well, I'm not tech savvy. This is an online business. This means it's gonna be tech intensive and things like that. Well, the truth is it's not, okay? Platforms like School, where we host our course and where we teach people how to do this stuff, it's so simple to put things on there, okay? It's just as simple as taking a video on your phone and uploading it somewhere. So it really just comes down to you not saying that anymore and you getting to work on, hey, I'm gonna help somebody learn this thing and get this transformation, get this result. And I would focus more on that and not let the tech thing even come close to getting in the way. Finally, the fifth thing is nobody would buy from you. Look, there is millions of people, even billions on the internet. So if you just have 1,000 people give you $3 per day, that's over $1 million per year. You don't need a ton of people. What you need is you need to be focused. You need to understand who it is that you're really trying to help make that transformation from point A to point B. And you need to go all in and not look back. There's no time to waste here. If we're lucky, we get 75 summers and 75 winters. If we're lucky, we get to find this thing that we love to do early. But if you haven't done those things, it doesn't matter what age you are, you can still start an online education business teaching people things. Because all you need to do is focus and help 1,000 true fans. That's it. 1,000 true fans. If you have 1,000 people even giving you $1 a day, that is outsized returns amongst most people. You know, they say to be considered top wealthy in the United States, so 1% top ultra wealthy in the United States, you need to make $68,000 per month for an entire year straight. If you sold something for $68 and you had 1,000 people that were partaking in this, that's $68,000. You don't need a lot of people. You just need to know what you want to do and you need to get after it. Now, if you want me to show you how to turn your knowledge into income, if you want me to show you how to package it, productize it, and make it make sense so you do have a product, then I would advise you to go check out my free mini course down in the description and leave me a question. What was something that changed in your mind after watching this video? Let me know in the comments, ask your questions, and I'll see you in the next video.